The rainy weather this weekend didn't stop Easter festivities from starting. On Saturday morning, Cedar Rock Park in Burlington was filled with kids and colorful Easter eggs.
Hundreds of kids came out to participate in the first Cedar Rock Park Easter egg hunt. Over 40,000 eggs were found by kids ages 2 to 12. The eggs they picked up were empty and traded in for candy after the hunt. Pine Ridge Church hosted the event, which was free for participants. There were a few surprise storms over the weekend, and the rain is expected to come back later this week. Here's your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Tomorrow will be just as sunny and warm as it was today. Wednesday's temperatures remain close to 80, but it's the first day this week with a chance for rain. Thursday and Friday also look to be rainy, with temperatures falling to right around 60 degrees. The sunny weather returns in time for the long weekend with a high of 71.
The latest Elon poll is out, and 57% of respondents say the most important issue facing North Carolina is the economy. Elementary and secondary education is next, and the third most important issue facing the state is energy and gas prices. And as gas prices continue to rise, more people might agree that the issue is the most important one facing North Carolina. Here's where you can fill up for less in this week's Pump Patrol. The cheapest price for gas around town is $3.83 per gallon. The Shell and Citgo and South Church Street both have regular for that price. Gas at the Kangaroo on Haggard is $3.84, and the Marathon on Haggard is the most expensive. Gas is $3.85 there.
North Carolina isn't the only state facing high gas prices. The national average is $3.92, but 11 states and Washington, D.C. have an average gas price of more than $4. Gas is cheapest in Wyoming. The average is $3.62 there, while Hawaii is the most expensive at $4.59. The average for North Carolina is $3.88.
Octagon, Varsity, and McEwen are sometimes open into the early morning hours, but there are some restaurants in downtown Elon that are also open for those night owls. Grace Sweeney is live on Williamson Avenue to show you what food you can get once the sun sets.
If you're running low on meal plans, there are more late-night eating options than just late-night McEwen. I went on a food crawl around downtown Elon to see what you can get after dark. When that food craving hits after 10 p.m., there are fewer options. But fear not, downtown Elon luckily has a little bit of everything, even after hours. First stop, local yogurt. This froyo shop can fulfill your sugar fix until 11 at night over the weekend.
I probably wouldn't go to local yogurt in between, like, hanging out with my friends on a Saturday night, but I definitely think that in between study sessions at McEwen, if I was working really hard editing something in McEwen, I'd hop over here to reward myself and motivate myself to finish up.
If Loyo's Froyo doesn't hit the spot, the next stop has more variety.
The next stop on my food crawl was Acorn, which is open until 1 a.m. in the morning. And after having some yogurt, naturally I want Cheetos afterwards.
Finally, there's Pandora's Pies, which serves pizza, sandwiches, and more until midnight every night of the week.
Of the cheesy bread. And then I'll also have a slice of pizza with the red sauce with goat cheese and pesto on top.
The waiter put in my order, and within a few minutes, I was chowing down on some of the cheesiest food around.
Oh, it's nice and greasy, and that's exactly what you want at night. Come on, be honest.
And I was still so stuffed after I ate all of that food. Also, there are other late night options. On Thursday nights, right next to the Tap House Bar, there is a food truck, only Thursday nights, and they have some great food too. Back to you.
Coming up on Phoenix 14 News.
The rain this weekend didn't stop the tennis team. Find out how the women played after the break.
And after the break, I'll take you to a racetrack right here in Alamance County.
Sound you don't hear very often, race cars in Alamance County. Joe Bruno went to Ace Speedway to watch a race that NASCAR greats once competed in. Joe?
Hey Addie, Jeff Gordon wasn't in Altamont this past weekend, but the United States Auto Club Mopar National Midget Series was. Gordon, like fellow pros Tony Stewart and Casey Kane, began their careers by racing in this circuit, which was nothing less than exciting.
Engines were roaring in Altamont as the USAC Mopar Midget Series started its season over the weekend. All eyes were on Brian Clausen, who was trying to secure his third consecutive national championship win this year. He finished 10th, but compared to some other drivers, he had a good night. Things got hot around the second lap of the midget second heat race. Sam McGee and Ross Rankine were battling it out at turn 3 when Rankine spun out. The yellow flags went a-flying as oil spilled onto the track, causing a 15-minute delay. Both drivers walked away from the crash, but the damage was done. Neither were able to return to the race or make it to the final race of the night. The big winner of the night was Indiana native Bobby the Beast East, who bowed back to win the big race after a second-place finish earlier in the heat race. Like Clausen, Bobby is hoping racing in this series will bump him into a professional series like NASCAR or the Indy Racing League.
Now a little about this track. It is located just 10 minutes from campus. A Speedway hosts race every weekend, and this weekend is the Eggstravaganza, featuring the Chick-fil-A mini stock cars. For more information on the track and future races, visit our website.
Spring is in the air, and that means it's time for spring football practice. The Phoenix practiced with shoulder pads for the first time this spring on Friday. The team ran through physical drills and began going over special teams. The Phoenix only have 15 practices in the spring sessions, with the last one being an actual game. The practice sessions are open to the public and are free of charge.
The Furman Paladins made the 3-hour trip up I-85 to take on the Elon women's tennis team on Saturday. The Phoenix started out shining, taking 2 out of the 3 doubles matches, but it was during singles where the Paladins began to soar. In the final singles match of the day, Maria Camara Ruiz battled hard but could not defeat Amanda Murray. The Phoenix lost 4-3. But Sunday was a different story when the women's tennis team faced off against the Wofford Terriers. The Phoenix annihilated the Terriers 7-0. Jordan Johnston and Frida Jansiker improved their record to 17-2 at number 1 for doubles. The victory was head coach Elizabeth Anderson's 100th in her 8 years here at Elon.
Former Elon soccer star Clint Irwin is returning to the U.S. to play professional soccer. He signed a 1-year deal to play goalie for the Charlotte Eagles. The team is a member of the USL Pro League and is based in Irwin's hometown. The team even plays on the field of his high school, Charlotte Christian School. Irwin is a 2010 graduate and has been playing professional soccer for Capital City FC in Ottawa, Canada.
If you're looking for an Elon game to attend this week, there are plenty of options for you. On Wednesday, the softball team hosts Charlotte at 3 p.m. at East Field. Also at 3 on Wednesday, the men's tennis team hosts UNC Greensboro.
Women's tennis takes to the courts on Friday to play College of Charleston. That matchup begins at 2:30. Then at 3, the men play Samford, and Saturday, women's tennis faces off against North Carolina Central at 11 a.m. All tennis matches are held at the Jimmy Powell Tennis Center.
That's all the time we have for this week's Phoenix 14 News.
For news throughout the week, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or check out our website, phoenix14news.wordpress.com. I'm Maddie Haney.
And I'm Nicole Chadwick. Have a great week, Elon.